I have a problem with it. I don't know. Oh, it's here. No, that's perfect. Oh, we have our lunch. Isn't that beautiful? Doing so much stuff. I'm swimming. Hey. Beautiful. Good morning, everyone. All right. On behalf of the Center for Spiritual Enlightenment, I welcome you today to our services. I am Miriam Catellis, and I will be your chair today. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Enlightenment. Our church is chartered by the National Spiritualist Association of Churches, or NSAC, which was founded in 1893. The NSAC is one of the oldest and largest of the national spiritualist church organizations in the United States. Our healing mediums today will be Stephen Vogel and Reverend Kathleen Cribb in-house, and our distant healer today will be Sharon Moore. I will introduce them more fully later in this service. We also want to welcome a few people on Zoom who are joining us online. We are having a soft lunch today for our online hybrid service. Very exciting. So when you're in-house, please shut down all electronics as to not disturb the service. The hymns we will be singing today are posted behind me on my left. Right? Okay, good. I did that correctly. You are going to need both the Spiritualist hymnal book, and you're also going to need the hymnal supplemental, which looks like this. So if you did not grab those as you came in, please grab them at the entrance. Today, every day, every Sunday, our service includes a healing and meditation portion, followed by our inspirational service. There is a healing list at the table when you came in, and if you know someone who is in need of healing, add only their first names to the list. If you happen to be online today, add people to the chat, and I'll make sure that those names get added to the healing list. After the service, the list will be sent to all our healers, and they will be offering healing for all on the list throughout the week. To begin our service, please stand and sing our first hymn, which is in the hymnal supplemental, Joy in My Heart. That was just a little intro right there. It's number 4. Let's see. Okay. And I'm going to pull away because my voice is not that excited. Okay. And remain safe. Please, Infinite Spirit, we stand in the sacred space with our hearts overflowing with gratitude and joined by a desire for peace, love, and understanding of our laws. We give thanks for this most perfect day, for this opportunity to rejoice with each other and with our loved ones in spirit, knowing that we are not alone in our pain and in our joys. We give thanks individually and as spiritual community and for all of our blessings. May our spirit family and friends continue to inspire us, and may love, harmony, and infinite spirit be our unwavering companions as we continue on our journey, O loving God. Amen. Please be seated. Let me put this down here. We will begin our healing portion of our service with meditation. After the guided meditation, I will ask our healing mediums to step forward to the benches. And the healing medium is a person who serves as a clear and compassionate channel through which spiritual or universal healing energy may flow for the benefit of others. The healing medium does not claim personal power, but works in cooperation with spiritual law to support balance, harmony, and well-being. If you'd like a healing and you're in-house, please line up on the seats along the walls to your left or right. And instead of coming up, you'd like a healing medium to come to you, just raise your hand and I'll make sure a healing medium comes to you when available. If you are online, just know that we have a distant healer working, so just know it's happening. Healing medium will ask to place their hands on your shoulder, and if you aren't comfortable with that, simply say so, and they can meet channels for healing without touching your shoulders. So at this moment, bring to mind the people we would like to send healing to. And please include those on our healing list that you might have listed or not. And we will pray together the prayer for spiritual healing. And if you have your spiritual hymnal, the prayer for spiritual healing is in the back. Yeah. And I believe for online, it's on there. I can see it right now. Ready? I ask the great unseen healing force to move all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. Amen. Now we'll begin the guided meditation. And again, after the guided portion of the meditation, our healers will stand behind the healing benches, and you'll be able to come forward for hands-on healing. All right, please sit comfortably in your chair, a position you can hold for some time. Gently allow your eyes to close. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it softly. Again, breathing in peace, breathing out any and all tension. One more deep breath, and as you exhale, allow your body to relax and settle. Now bring your awareness to the present moment. Notice the surface beneath you, supporting your body. Feel yourself becoming calm, centered and still. Imagine a beautiful white light above your head. This light is pure love, pure wisdom, pure spirit. And as you breathe in, this light gently flows down through the crown of your head, fills your mind with peace, relaxes your face, your neck, and your shoulders. The light continues down through your chest, your arms, your abdomen, and your legs. Your entire being is surrounded and filled with this loving light. Rest in this feeling for a few moments. Know that you are a spiritual being. You are part of a greater divine presence that surrounds all life. Spirit is playing with us today. Sorry, guys. I'm going to try to adjust myself. You are never separate from love. You are never separate from spirit. In the stillness, become aware of the presence of those in the spirit world who walk beside you in love. There's no need to hear or see anything. Simply allow yourself to be open to the possibility that guides, helpers, and loved ones continue to journey in spirit and support you with compassion and wisdom. Feel their love surrounding you. Feel their encouragement. Feel their desire for your growth, healing, and happiness. Bring your attention to your heart center. Imagine a warm, golden light glowing there. With each breath, the light grows brighter. This is the light of your soul, light of kindness, the light of truth, the light of love. Allow this light to expand beyond your body, fills the room around you, and extends outward to your family, friends, community, all people everywhere. I will leave you in this state for a little while, and our healing mediums can cover. Our healing mediums. As this meditation comes to a close, we offer gratitude for your own spirit, gratitude for the love that surrounds you, gratitude for all the unseen helpers and the eternal journey of the soul. Take a deep breath and exhale. Bring your awareness back to the room. Notice the sounds outside this building. Feel the surface beneath you. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Notice the sunshine coming through the windows, partly sunny. And I invite you to carry the sense of peace, connection, and love with you throughout your day. Great. If you've noticed a change in your condition, please consider filling out an affidavit. For some of the healing mediums, there's a clipboard in the back table with the forms. And know that all healing has taken place. Thank you to our healers today and also online. And let's take a few moments to welcome each other with a warm greeting. We invite you to turn to your neighbor, or if you're not feeling quite chatty today, turn inward and either reflect or share on one thing that you are grateful for today. And if you're online, we would love to hear from you on the chat. Great. Just a few minutes. Yeah. Grateful for every patient. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Don't worry. There's going to be plenty of time to socialize later. Welcome. If you're new here today, I'd like to share our denomination's formal definition of spiritualism and spiritualist. Spiritualism is the science, philosophy, and religion of continuous life based upon the demonstrated fact of communication by means of mediumship with those who live in the spirit world. Our church is a teaching center for the advancement of the religion, philosophy, and science of spiritualism. A spiritualist is one who believes, as a basis of his or her religion, in the communication between this and the spirit world. Spirit world is very funny today. By means of mediumship, likes this definition, and who endeavors to mold his or her character and conduct in accordance with the highest teachings derived from such communication. Many are drawn to spiritualism because we are the religion of happiness, personal responsibility, natural law, and are part of the expression of infinite intelligence. We practice mediumship and healing and celebrate and demonstrate the continuity of life. In spiritualism, we have a declaration of principles. The Declaration of Principles is a short list of ideas that describe how spiritualists understand life, the soul, and personal responsibility. And these principles are found in the front cover of your hymnal book. And if we could recite them together. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continues after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through mediumship. Right? Today's speaker is Reverend Kathleen Cribb. Reverend Kathleen Cribb has been a member of the Memorial Spiritualist Church of Norfolk, Virginia for over 35 years. She has served spiritualism in various spiritualist churches and spiritualist camps. She has been an ordained minister of the NSAC since 2001 and serves in all capacities of that title. She also facilitates meditation and psychic unfoldment groups, as well as individual tutoring. She resides in Palmyra, Virginia, with Frank, her husband of 33 years. Reverend Kathleen Cribb is a published author. Her books, Because Spirit Said So, contains 2 spiritual plays. Her novel is Sparkle, The Beginning Set the End in Motion, and how Carolee devolved into multiple personalities. She is also a motivational speaker and teacher. And to welcome our speaker, please rise and sing the next hymn, All You Need Is Love. It is our supplemental number 13. I'm going to move next.
As you can tell, that's probably one of their number one things. Okay, so what I would talk about today is confusing times. We are living in some confusing times. But we have to remember one thing, and one reason I love this song is everything is always working out for your highest good. Oh, just never forget that. You know, you get stopped in the rain on the highway, with flashing lights, and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to be late. You're not going to be late. You're going to get wherever it is safely because the universe, infinite intelligence, is always working for your highest good. Now, you may have also noticed that you may have gone further than you ever dreamt when you were a little kid that you could have possibly gone. I mean, maybe when you were in elementary school, your teacher looked at you, because back when I went to school, they were not concerned about our feelings. And, they may have said, you're not getting anywhere. She didn't say you're dumb as rocks, but, she did. Their teachers were not as kind as they are today. Which is, means we are evolving. Even our school system is working for the children's highest good. Well, when I say that I refer to many departments of your life, I really mean all departments of your life and all organizations that you're affiliated with. It just works in every spectrum of life. That our spiritual ascension is subject to all the same symptoms. Now, I love to read a guy by the name of Mike Dooley, and he sends out wonderful emails. So he was talking about the uncertainty of life, and he says, remember, reinvention often begins with restlessness. Confusion can feel like betrayal, like in the back, right? Fear may actually foreshadow expansion, and certainty is not required for leaning in. Now, what does he mean by this? For example, restlessness could just be a gut feeling that things just aren't right. You don't know why, but you just have a gut feeling that things just aren't right. Life feels out of balance. So I'm asking, is the door swinging open and you're not sure where the future leads? Kind of scary. We like to be in control, don't we? I don't know how many control freaks are in this room, but I should raise both hands because I most definitely am. That leads to confusion. It can also feel like betrayal, though. So, a friend turns on you and says something really hurtful, something you think you don't deserve, but no matter what, they said it. And so you actually has a temper tantrum. What if your friend has a temper tantrum over something? And it kind of leaves you dumbstruck. So I have a question. Should you run after her and apologize for something you don't know what you did or that you did anything, but you'll apologize anyway to make this whole situation better? Is that acting with God's light? Or should you just let go? Just let go. Well, fear foreshadows expansion. So look at it this way. When lightning strikes on the Serengeti, it sets everything ablaze. all of the animals have to run for their lives. They're either running at breakneck speed or they're diving under the ground in burrows and hiding in the ground until that fire dies off and the rains come. And certainty does not require certainty. I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Certainty is not required for leaning in. And what that means is that, for example, after the fire burns out and you have ashes, wet, gooey ashes, but what happens? You look at the ground and it looks alien. You look on a moonscape or Mars or something. It looks horrid. But within 2 weeks, you have valleys full of grass, little trees coming up, flowers in bloom, and all the herds of animals come back. Somehow they know. They just know. It's all okay now. They're using their gut feeling. Their restlessness says, let's go back and let's eat. So all of these conditions are not the same in our lives. And personally, I've lost a lot of family members, to disease and old age. Plus, I've divorced 2 husbands for being unfaithful, and I lost jobs along the way. Now, these things may sound familiar to you. If I'm touching your life, that's good. That's my plan. Because I know that my foibles are not unique. I'm a human being, just as you all are. But we're also children of God. So each horrible change that left me scared, like, your mother dies. There's something, no matter what the age. Okay, so she was 94. I guess she had a right to die, but it leaves a vacancy in my life. Just as when you lose someone you love, it leaves a hole in your heart. It's really hard to fill sometimes. It's really hard to know. You go, why? I mean, she seemed well enough. Last time I saw her, when we talked on the phone, she was doing good. Now, excuse me, each change in my life forced me to reassess myself, to reassess who I am and what is my path? What is my life path? Self-help books and meditation, they help a whole lot. Coming to church helps even more, because when you're sitting in the quiet space, when you're sitting during healing, and all that energy is just whirling slowly through this room, and I'm sure you all felt it. It was just so powerful. It was just really swirling, and it was even catching the computer. And maybe that's what we have to understand. The computer, we are all what? We're all energy. So that's what we are. We look different, but each and every one of us is energy. And so the energy that's going through the computer to the people on Zoom, they were receiving the same healing energy that we all were, because it knows no boundaries. None at all. Well, I was in my 40s before I found the love of my life. His name's Frank. And at about the same time, I met him at the church in Norfolk. So I was going to the church for a while, and then I met him. And we got married up in Lilydale, by the way. It's a beautiful place to go. But I learned that church in Norfolk doesn't really feel like me anymore. And our lives, our business lives, we retired from our business lives. Frank was a respiratory therapist. I was a mortgage underwriter. Very different from being a spiritualist, isn't it? Not really. I don't insert a little tip here. When we used to underwrite loans, we actually had paper. I don't know if you remember submitting loan files with paper, a real pay stub, a real W-2, real bank statements. And because there's a thing called psychometry, I could hold these things in my hand and I could feel the viability of the loan file. Now, my job was to prove it with the numbers. But before I even started, I could literally put my hands on the loan file in quiet, and I certainly didn't do it in front of my boss. And, I mean, it isn't like I was sharing that with the committee of the bank, but okay, so I'll move on. But that's how we can integrate our spiritual training into our real life, if that's what you want to call it, and into our physical life of having to earn a living. I mean, it's very sad that we all have to do that. I was not born into money, so yes, I had to earn a living, and I just learned how to do it that way. Then when we went to computers, it made my life much more difficult as an underwriter. Okay. So my life has been burnt to the ground, so to speak, numerous times, with the death of loved ones or death of jobs or just divorce, whatever. Maybe that's why my hair turned gray. The strange thing out of all that is that I got stronger. I got stronger within myself because each time something happened, I was forced to look at myself. I was forced to either grow and go forward or sit and feel sorry for myself, sit on a pity pot. Well, can't do that very long. That just get nowhere doing that. That's not productive. What we do in life, our futures are created through authenticity. So we reach into your consciousness to find some small way that you can help your neighbor. God does truly work through you. I want to read you a quote that is, what if life is not what you see, but what you've projected? What if life is not what you've heard, but what you've decided? What if it's not what you experienced, but how you remember it? And what if it's not what you created, but what you have allowed? And it's not who appeared, but who you summoned. Now think about that. I did not just bilocate myself from Palmyra, Virginia to this pulpit. You summoned me here, and therefore I came. You see yourself sitting in church, or what you've projected into your consciousness. You might actually be sitting at home watching television, but you project into your consciousness that you're sitting in church and you hear my words, but you're deciding what I've said. You may actually hear something very different because you're internalizing the energy. Words are energy. Words can be powerful or hypnotic. So you may be accepting what I'm saying, the premise of what I'm saying, or you may just think it's woo-woo, and you're still going to walk out of these doors and you're going to remember what you remember in your way because you've heard what you heard in your way. It's your life. When you created this experience, what did you allow? I didn't magically appear. You actually summoned me here. to tickle your higher consciousness. Now, Mike Dooley also says, we're different lenses peering into the jungle of time and space for the one mind that gave them lives. In other words, he doesn't know it, but he's a spiritualist. Because he's actually saying we believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. But I'm not going to tell him. I'm going to let him have his illusion. It's okay. It works for him. He's saying the right thing, so why would I correct it? So your higher consciousness beckoned me, and together, you and I project a spirit, a whole energy ball of love and joy, healing, caring, positivity. And when we all go our separate ways from here, it expands. It goes beyond anything we could possibly have expected or imagined. That's because God is doing it. We're not doing it. We're just living our lives. We're going to go have some fried chicken. We're not really doing it. But in essence, we are, because we are infinite intelligences, instruments of peace. So not every day it's filled with love and light. So when someone tries to trigger you, insulting you or aggravating you in some way, I want you to turn off your ego and take a deep breath. Because remember, if you are easily offended, you're also easily manipulated. Strong people are not born strong. They're molded by the storms that they walk through in life. However, Albert Einstein said, stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution. You know people like that, don't we? So we're going to stay away from them. We're not going to run and try to get them. We're going to go, okay, have a nice life. And Facebook says, be grateful for the difficult people in your life because they've shown you who you do not want to be. That's that. Mm-hmm. So we've learned today that holding grudges will not make you strong. It will make you angry. It will make you bitter. Forgiveness will not make you weak. It will set you free. If someone has betrayed you, if someone has said something to you to hurt your feelings, shook you to your timbers, forgive them. Because when you forgive someone else, you're setting your own soul free. You're setting yourself free from all the knots in your stomach, from all the sleepless nights of wondering, what did I do wrong? What can I do to fix it? Don't. Just walk away. When we measure every emotional response we experience as a projection what we want to share with God. So when you make an emotional response, when you say thank you, when you say get out of my face, no matter what it is you're saying, you're painting a picture for God. It's like you're writing a letter with carbon copies. So be careful what we say. Be careful what we write. Be careful how we express ourselves with other people. Doing something small for somebody you do not know. Like say you're going through a toll booth and you're actually paying money. Most of us don't do that anymore, but when you go through a toll booth and you're paying money, you could pay for the person behind you if you have a little extra cash on you. Or do the same thing in McDonald's. Wherever you go, hand a workman a bottle of water. Just be kind to each other. Because every time we do a little act of kindness that we do not expect, require, or request a response to, we are honoring God. We're honoring our brothers and sisters. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. And of course, I love Meryl Streep, and she says, life is precious. When you've lost a lot of people, you realize that every day is a gift. Every day is a gift. So my life is a gift, and your life is a gift. And one of the greatest luxuries in life is laughter. So anytime we can share laughter, I'm sure you heard it this morning, and we were laughing, when we were singing, all we needed love, we were dancing to it. The vibration was rising. You could feel it. I think the roof could feel it. I love a good joke. That makes you laugh. But what good does it do to know approximately where the treasure lies, yet never digging a hole? Or having a bank account filled with millions of dollars in it, but never writing a check? Or discovering the fountain of youth, but never drinking a cup of it? You must live the truths that you discover, break your old rules, defy logic, be the change, dig, write the check, and drink the water. One little step after another, because there is no other way. Bless you.
Thank you. It's time for our love offering. And I forgot to ask two people. John, do you mind helping me with the basket? Thank you. It's time for our love offering. The Center for Spiritual Enlightenment is 100% volunteer run. And this is an opportunity for you to share your gifts with our church. And our ushers are going to be moving forward. If you're able to offer anything, we appreciate that. And if you're not, know that we appreciate the gift of your presence here today. And offerings may also be donated using the debit or credit card or through PayPal and by visiting the CSE website. And I believe there's a button, QR code button for people online. All right. Infinite intelligence. As we accept that which is freely given out of love and dedication, we give thanks for our continued abundance, both material and spiritual. We ask a blessing on the givers and that they may be rewarded many times for their selfless generosity. In the same spirit, we dedicate the use of these gifts for only the highest and the best, and we'll use them wisely for the benefit of this church and for all of humanity. Amen. Thank you. All right. All right, get comfortable. I've got a few announcements for us. And I'm going to give you lots of announcements, and know that all of these announcements can be found in our digest. I have an iPad in the back. If you're not receiving our digest right now, you're just signing on and you're getting yourself on to our weekly digest, and it will give you all this information, links and all. So the CSE has Sunday services on the first and third Sundays of the month. The next service is going to be a Zoom only service on September 6th. Zoom only. You just let that sink in so we don't have anybody come in, knock on our door. Our next speaker is going to be Susan Katz Clark. Susan Katz Clark. She's going to be our speaker on September 6th. And she is forever grateful to her former housemate, Denise, for introducing her to the CSE in August of 2019. Denise was a guest speaker at Sunday service. And when Susan entered the sanctuary and discovered that the service began with a healing meditation, she knew she was in the right place. And as she continued to attend services, the messages she received from the mediums were spot on. And we do have Jackie Judge also. She's going to be our medium for that same day. And her bio will also be on our digest. And for those who are here today, or maybe if you guys are nearby, Reverend Kathleen Cribb is doing a workshop today, an in-person workshop. It's called Spiritual Awareness. It's up here. Keep looking. Okay. Spiritual Awareness of Mediumship and Psychic Development. The class is from 12:15 to 2:15. And the cost for members is $20 and for non-members is $25. And we do have the QR codes in the back, or you can we would love to have you. I'm going to be here, very excited for the class. Also, Reverend Kathleen Cribb is doing a 5-session Zoom series. I was trying to say that really quickly. 5-session Zoom series on Wednesdays, starting with September 16. And that information is also on the table if you want to take a flyer. And it's going to be September 16th, September 30th. I think it's running in a row, correct? 5 weeks in a row. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for... Okay. And Reverend Dr. Rosemary Calderaro, I said that wrong again. I've been practicing. She is going to do a workshop exploring trance mediumship on September 20th from 12:15 to 2:15. And also there's a flyer in the back for that. And if you happen to miss one of our Spiritualism 101 classes that were online for the past few months, they're all now on our YouTube channel. And if you want to view them, the link to that, of course, is found both in our website and in our digest. Psychic Saturday, the save to date is September 26th from 10 to 2. And it's going to be in person at the CSE. More information is coming soon. I think I skipped one. September 20th is going to be a fully hybrid Sunday service. So please invite your out-of-town family members and friends to attend. The link for that is in our digest, and it's going to be in our digest. So feel free to share that information. We're really excited about sharing that. All right. You might have noticed that we have name tags as you enter. We are trying to get to know each other better. I'm really bad with names, so I'm like, it really helps me to have people wear name tags. So we just always have them in the front. Now, each month now we're doing a raffle to all members of the CSE, and we're giving away one free spirit reading by myself, online. And we are going to have a basket, which was beautifully designed by Carol. And we have a kid pick a name, but we don't have a child here. So anyone who's a kid in spirit, is that what you're saying? A kid in child at heart. Thank you. Would anybody like to volunteer to pick a name? We have all our members' names in these little pieces of paper, and I'm going to announce it right now. Drum roll. All right. Okay. Teresa Lester getting a free reading with me. These have been really fun to do, and they're online. So, and I want to thank Jerry and Carol for doing our music and our hybrid, and Steve for doing the door at the beginning. Trying to think anyone else I need to be thanking. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Mike, he's online, so I didn't see him physically. So after Sunday services, every Sunday service, we have snack and chat fellowship. And so please, please, please join us in the kitchen, in the back of the sanctuary right after service. And just as a reference for anyone who's new, all attendees are welcome to bring snacks and food, items to share. It's not a very formal thing. We don't have a sign-up sheet or anything. Just bring what you can, bring what you like to eat. You're not required to, there's the word again, to bring food, but please just attend. It'd be great to have you. And I've been exploring with some vegan recipes, so I made a bean salad today, and I'm hoping you guys give me some feedback. So, and the last two announcements are for members only. We have our annual membership meeting, October 3rd, starting at 10. This is going to be in person at the CSC and also available on Zoom. If you're going to be joining us on Zoom, we'd love to get an email from you just so we can get the link to you. And what was another one? Oh, the board meeting. We have a CSE board meeting August 20th. I think that's this Thursday from 6:15 to 8:15. You will be getting the link to the meeting this week before the meeting. I think that is it. All right. So I want to introduce our spirit greeters or greeting mediums. We are now going to move on to our spirit greeting portion of the service. And the greeting is a short demonstration of mediumship offered to evidence the continuity of life. So our first medium today who's going to be serving is going to be Sharon Moore, who is serving online. And just to give you a little bit of information about Sharon, she's an evidential medium, Reiki master, and death doula. She has experienced spirit since childhood and has applied her mediumship skills in both her energy practice and end-of-life work for over 15 years. With her mediumship, Sharon seeks to bring forward and then step beyond the evidence of life's infinite nature and into meaningful communication with those who have crossed over. She believes that by connecting with our ancestors and beloveds in spirit regularly, we can engage resolutely with a love that is always present and continue our sacred relationships. And to raise our vibration and welcome our medium. And I forgot to say that followed Sharon Moore is going to be Reverend Kathleen Cribb, who's going to be our in-house medium. Sorry about that. And I've read her bio. So, and to raise our vibration and welcome our medium, please rise and sing I'll Fly Away, which is in the supplement number 7. You may be seated. I feel like I'm in the Oprah show. All right. Our service is coming to a close. Please rise and sing and remain standing for the benediction. We're going to be singing God Be With You Till We Meet Again, and that is in your hymnal book, 201. Do you have it? Almighty Source, we are a reflection of God's goodness as we mirror that likeness in our daily lives, in our interactions with others. May we be guided in right thinking, acting, and living as we grow in understanding of our relationships with one another, so that others may see the light shining through us as a pathway to spiritual wellness. May we be blessed. Amen. Thank you. And please consider staying for the Snack and Chat Fellowship and afterwards for the Spiritual Awareness and Mediumship and Psychic Development class. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you.